I found this on eBay. It was on a classified ad. Gentleman had listed it. He was local. Now, when I've bought a few vehicles off eBay, I personally don't buy sight unseen. I can't do it. Oh, no, I have done it. I don't do it very often. And even when I bought sight unseen, it was seen. It just wasn't seen by me. I sent someone that I trusted to look at the vehicle and check it out. And they reported back to me with what they saw, and then I ended up buying the vehicle. So I don't normally buy sight unseen. So when I found it, and and it had all the pictures, and I'm like, wow, man, that thing is super clean, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, it's located in Connecticut. At the time, I'm like, I need something that I could put the dogs in, put the family in, and go to bring the dogs to the vet, go here, go there. I had my 2015 F-150, which I don't think I ever did a video on, and I had sold that, and I've been driving my other trucks, and I'm like, I need something that's more utility for multiple people, dogs, be able to get in and go and not really have to be like, oh man, I gotta borrow a car, or I can't fit the dogs, or whatever the case. I found this on eBay. I shoot the guy an email. I say, hey man, I see your Expedition. You're in Connecticut. I'm in Connecticut. I'd love to come take a look at it. Give me a call when you get a chance. A couple days goes by, I don't hear from him. And I'm like, oh man, maybe this guy sold it, Sure enough, I check my email. He emailed me. He's like, hey Chris, this is my phone number. Give me a call. I called him up. I said, listen man, truck's nice. It looks real clean. What's the story with it? Gives me the whole story about how he was from California. He was the one owner, all this stuff. I'll open the hood for you guys. So he gives me the whole story, tells me how he wants to get ready and start traveling, blah, blah, blah. I go with a good friend of mine to go check it out, and I just floored by the condition. Excellent condition. Drives well, runs well, everything looks like it's good. He didn't really have any receipts and stuff for work he's been done to it, but what I'm going to go back and say right now is like, I didn't care about that, because to me, you don't get 230,000 miles on a truck and you don't keep it in this condition unless you've taken care of it. Especially in California, this thing is not weather beaten. The paint's not flaking. The clear coat's not shot. So he must have kept it waxed. He must have kept it clean, probably in a garage. There's no way it gets to where it is without being taken care of. So the fact that he didn't have receipts and stuff, I wasn't really overly concerned about it. I didn't care about that. I drove it. It drove great. It was quiet. Went down the road smooth. The whole deal. So I ended up making the deal. I bought this thing for $2,800. Now, to me, I've seen people spend double that and get a third of the vehicle as far as, quality, as far as condition, as far as mechanical soundness. I've seen people spend way more for lower mileage and get way less. Now, we're not going to try to say that this thing has been totally perfect. I'll go over a few things I've had to do to it since I got it. So one issue I've had with it is that I noticed it had kind of like a brake pulsation, a little bit of noise in the front end. And I worked at Ford when these things were in their heyday, and it had typical problems. It needed ball joints in the front. It needed front rotors. It needed pads. Maintenance stuff, nothing terrible, but still, I had to do it. So I had to do rotors, ball joints, front. Needed a service. I'm still going to do a Trinity service. I'm still going to do spark plugs and other stuff on it as time goes. It has the aftermarket wheels. I'm not crazy about them. He didn't have the original wheels. It's missing the third row seat. I don't know what he did with it. He had taken it out at some point. Maybe he left it when he left California. He didn't take it with him, so I got no third row for it. So that was kind of a bummer. It does have an issue with one of the rear lights. The signal on the left side is screwed up. When I use it, it blinks the signal on this side, and it blinks the third brake light. This side, the right side, works exactly how it should, but the left side there's something screwy with it. I tested the multifunction switch. It's not the multifunction switch. I tested the relay. It's got like a weird half electronic, half mechanical, like a flasher relay on it. That's fine. I think it might have an issue with the GEM module where it's sending the power instead of to the signal wire, it's sending it through the brake circuit. It's, you know, diagnosing, and I'm coming up pretty much. I'm going to end up having to probably replace the gem module with a used one, which will probably cost me about $100 plus my time to replace. The radio was having an issue where it would shut off at times. It would lose power. It was just getting old, acting up. The visors, I don't know why. Both the mirrors are broken on both the visors, which I kind of find annoying. I mean, the rockers, the frame, I mean, that's just surface rust. That's nothing. I mean, in here in Connecticut, that's like a brand new car nowadays. A year on the road, a car looks like this in Connecticut. And this thing has been on the road, you know, 24 years, and it's in this condition. One of the most famous things, that go bad on these, and I probably can't get up there to get a good picture of it, but those exhaust manifolds, see those up there? They are brand new. Those are literally never been touched, brand new condition, Ford original, never been touched, no broken studs. I mean, just the best condition. So, you know, the condition of this is obviously because it came from California, but it's been maintained, and that's why it has 230,000 miles on it, and it's still on the road. This car could totally exist here in Connecticut. It's just hard to find them because it takes a particular type of person to be very diligent on how they maintain vehicles to get a vehicle of this mileage in this condition, this old in Connecticut. But it happens. They're out there. You just don't find them very often. So, you know, some people might say, well, the reason why it's so nice is because it came from California. 100%, I'll give you that, as far as the outside visual condition. But the mechanical condition is just as good. And if it wasn't, it would have never made it 230,000 miles. And that's where you come in, where I think, honestly, high mileage is sometimes the best way to go. And I've